Parliament pals, we are here for our last Dynasty challenge in College Football 25 before we get too into, obviously, with the Kennesaw State Owls. Scrappy Owls. Now, before we get too far into how we have set this dynasty up, just a quick kind of scheduling update here. So this dynasty, we are only going to be running once a week. This one's coming out on Thursday, but then going forward, it will just be on Saturday every single week until the release of College Football 26. And why we are doing it that way is because we are going to be running this dynasty differently. So obviously, we are using the Owls of Kennesaw State, but we are only going to be in the GM role here with the Owls. We're not going to be doing any user games. It's just about us building up this team, getting the recruiting, and trying to actually get a winning program at Kennesaw. But we have two additional roadblocks we put in our own way to make that even more difficult. Number one is going to be we did change the conference. We decided to put Kennesaw into the SEC. Why? Because I hate myself. That's the only reason I can really think here. So we got Kennesaw State in the SEC. To keep things balanced, we did move Missouri back to the Big 12. And then apologies to any Citronauts out there, but we did move UCF to Conference USA. So we kept same number of teams in every conference, just shuffled a couple around. Now the other house rule we put in here, that's really, there's a reason we're doing the way we're going to do it. We're going to cover 3 years in each episode. It's going to be 10 total episodes. And the real hamstring we put on ourselves, why I think this is going to be a full 30-year thing, is we are restricting our recruiting to whatever our current star level is. You can see under me, right over here, it says Kennesaw State Owls, a 1-star program. We can only recruit 1-star players. For now, once we move up, we can start recruiting higher. When we get to like 1.5, we're going to round up just to make things a little bit more friendly to myself. But yeah, starting as a 1-star program, we're only going to be recruiting 1-star guys. But I will say a benefit that I didn't expect with Kennesaw, we're going to go take a look at their depth chart here, is they do have a young team. So we don't have anything we really need for next year. We need everything because this team is stinks. But at least we don't have any positions where it's all seniors or anything like that. So quarterbacks, 2 sophomores and a freshman, all very, very bad. But we're going to just rock Davis Bryson and hope for the best there. Halfbacks, we do have 1 senior halfback, but then behind him, sophomores, freshmen. One of the, I think the lowest rated halfback I've ever seen, 38 overall, Mr. Joseph. So halfback, not in a great situation, but again, it's not really much of a step back because our starters aren't very good in any of these positions anyway. Wide receiver, a lot of juniors, so now wide receiver is a lot of juniors, so that is something we'll have to keep in mind, but not really right away. I think we'll be okay for this year, and we do have a 94 speed, so we'll definitely have to make sure he is up there and playing somewhere. So we have a 90 and a 94 speed receiver. We're just working with what we got here. This is going to be a very difficult rebuild. This is going to be really hard with how we're restricting ourselves here. Honestly, not a bad tight end. Sophomore, 75 overall with platinum balance. We like to see that. And even across the offensive line, there's, I think, a couple seniors here. So we got a junior at left tackle, a sophomore at left guard with quick step and quick drop. So really solid left guard. Sophomore at senior, freshman at right guard, junior at right tackle. So no, there's no seniors even on the offensive line. They're just horrible. Defensive line. We do have a Westmoreland again, just like we had at the beginning of UTEP, the man near and dear to my heart. Hopefully Donovan Westmoreland can live up to who I believe is his brother. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure. But to have 2 Westmorelands that are both defensive ends that are both good, I'm assuming they're related, at least in some capacity. But we have a sophomore here at left end who's really good. He's going to be the anchor of this defense. Juniors at right end in both 1 and 2 there. Defensive tackle, junior, freshman. You can see what I was saying where there's no real red alerts going off. Make sure to get this position. We're just going to get what we can, where I think is going to impact, hopefully, this team the most going forward, with them being 1-stars. Now, middle linebacker is a spot I think we need because we have a sophomore and a senior here. And we do have freshmen, but they're 53 and a 51 overall. But honestly, with us getting 1-star recruits, I'm not sure they're going to be any better than that anyway, but I guess we will find out. Junior at right outside, cornerback room, freshman, junior, sophomore, freshman. Not concerned about cornerbacks. Safeties, we probably are going to need a little bit of help here. We have a junior and a senior starting at free safety. We have a freshman here, not the best. strong safety, senior, and then a pretty big drop off. So strong safety, middle linebacker, and then kind of whatever else we can get. Before we go check out how I have set up our initial recruiting board here, let's just take a look at our team schedule. So I think throughout the year, we're just going to check in at a few different points and watch, go through the sims like we did with UTEP, probably 3 games a year. We'll just kind of pick 3 that we're interested in. Like, do we want to see how Kennesaw State does against Georgia? Or maybe Alabama? I think what we'll do first year, so we'll go through these first 4 weeks, the 2 games, 2 byes, and then we'll do a check-in. We'll watch our game against Georgia, go through a few weeks, probably watch our game, maybe against Alabama, and then go through these next few weeks. We'll check in on the last game of the season, home for Ole Miss, see how we're doing year 1, and then kind of repeat that for years 2 and 3. 3 years, 1 video, 10 videos, 30 years. Can we make Kennesaw State a contender in the SEC throughout 30 years? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't think so. But maybe. It might take like 20, 25 years, but maybe. So recruiting wise, again, all 1-star guys. We only have 350 hours we can use. And for coach, I actually did change. Let's back out of here quick. Instead of recruiter, which we've done every single dynasty so far, I wanted to try something different. So we went with motivator this time. Probably a bad decision looking back at it now, but it's too late. We're in here. We're ready to rock. We're ready to go. So we're going to try motivator. Coach Hootie, by the way, Hootie Blowfish. Owls, Hoot, Hootie. I think you get where I was going with that. Okay, so recruiting wise, all our beautiful 1-star boys here. Strong safety, one of the only positions we needed. We're going after 2 strong safeties here. Tory Draft, 6'1", 202, so I like that size. 89 speed is fantastic. It's going to be hard to find too many guys when we're looking at 1-star, so we're hoping, even if this year goes very, very poorly, which I imagine it will, hopefully just being in the SEC is going to help get us at least up to 1.5 star after 1 year. Because the more years we stick at 1 star, the harder this is going to be. Another strong safety, Brian Bratsky. Again, 87 speed, a little bit shorter, but he's a hybrid. He could be a sub linebacker or something like that for us. Free safety, we did throw in Steve Lamb here. I like the 6'1", 205, 85 speed. Looks solid enough. A couple middle linebackers in here too. Old Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, 80 speed, 6'1", 215, pass coverage, good acceleration. Sure. I didn't even have enough hours to like fully scout a lot of these guys, so I just got to a point where I was kind of convinced enough that, okay, we can go after them. And that's what we did. Another middle linebacker, Cesar Ian-Badejo. 81 speed, 68 tackling. I think for a 1-star, that's not too bad. Then a couple tackles in here too. Right tackle, Gabriel Pack. Left tackle, I only had 15 hours I could put on him for now. We will put some more on him going forward. So really, we're just going after the 2 main positions we actually did kind of need. Strong safety and middle linebacker. Other than that, tried to probably shore up our offensive line. Here in the beginning, we are sticking in the Kennesaw State, their default playbooks. I think their pistol offense and 3-3-5 defense. I guess we can go check that really quick. Yeah, so there's our coach. Kennesaw State offense, 3-3-5 defense, just base 3-3-5. I think that's going to cover everything we need to go over before we hop into our inaugural season here. So obviously, I'll keep doing the recruiting. I'll keep doing all that. I will check in with you guys before our game against the Georgia Bulldogs. Week 4, Kennesaw State is 2-0 to start our inaugural SEC season. A dominant 21-3 victory at Western Kentucky in the Alamo Dome at UTSA, a place we're familiar with after our UTEP dynasty crushed the Roadrunners 32-13. And pretty dang smooth sailing here before our game against the number 9 ranked Georgia Bulldogs, where I think things are going to come to a screeching halt. But recruiting wise, we have gotten... So Draft is the only one still on the board, and we're going to get him here in a second. Everyone else we have gotten committed that we started with. I mean, 1-stars, it should be pretty easy to get a full recruiting class every year. I'm hoping we shouldn't lose out on too many of these guys. So now we are going after a power rusher, outside linebacker, a run-stopping defensive end. We've actually found a 1-star green gem, left guard Dominic Nestor. Then we do have a right guard here as well, Ramon Nagy. So we're bringing in pretty much every offensive line position except center right now. That'll probably be the position we look next, and then keep looking defensive line from there. But I mean, so far, we couldn't have asked for a much better start. Now let's see Let's actually get eyes on this team, how they're going to perform at home against the Georgia Bulldogs. A little in-state rivalry. 90 overall Georgia, 73 overall Kennesaw State. Let's check out their jerseys while we're here, too. I'm actually going to hide my face here so we can all see the whole thing together. I really like just their current aways there. Those are nice. Ooh, not a big fan of those. Those are like those UTEP home jerseys. I don't like those. See, the black and yellow I don't mind so much. Hate those. Okay. We'll just stay in the current home jerseys. And let's go sim this game, see how the boys can do against Georgia. So much like we did in our previous dynasties, we're just going to go normal speed, set the controller down until it gets out of hand. Then maybe we go fast mode, because I can't imagine this is going to go too great for us here in year one, but who knows? Georgia still has Carson Beck in this universe, which, is that good for Georgia? Some would say no. I would say no as well. So we got the ball at our own 3 there. Went backwards on our first play. Then a nice little gain. Actually, I think we might only do this twice this season, because I just don't want these to be like 2 hours long or something. So maybe we'll do like a mid-season check-in, then like an end-season check-in kind of thing. That might work a little bit better. So we did pick up a first down. Then we had a net 9-yard punt, so Georgia takes over at our 19. Not ideal. I don't even know, what would we consider a success here? I need to be paying more attention to the actual game. See who's doing well. See if there's any position group that really seems to be struggling. Like our offensive line, of course, against Georgia, we're not expecting it to do well. But if there's any real standout position group that we'll need to focus on here going forward. And this will probably be more helpful as we get deeper into when we can start looking at, 3 or 4 star guys. At some point, hopefully, we get there. I assume we will eventually. It just might take a little while. I mean, defense seems to be... At least the run defense has been surprisingly good here so far. Like, they've really been bottling up ETN. It's just, the pass defense is going to be... It's going to be a field day for Georgia if they decide to keep passing. 38 to 39, though. I mean, go for it. Oh, they do kick, but of course they're going to have a good kicker. I mean, we're in the second quarter. It's only 6-0. Not too shabby. All things considered, not too shabby. I mean, 6 is probably going to be enough for Georgia to win. I don't really expect this Kennesaw State team to be able to put points on the board unless somehow defense locks their way into a turnover or something like that. Tell you what, for a 73 overall team, this team, they are playing with some heart. They are playing with some fire. We still have a 90 and 94 speed receiver, and maybe they can figure something out. Can our kicker make one? It's a 3-point game in the first half here against Georgia. This might be the easiest rebuild of all time. Maybe. I mean, you'd think Carson Beck would be able to start putting some drives together here once Georgia actually starts throwing the ball, but they've been if they just throw the ball, they do get another 3 on the board, but it's a 6-point game at half. Sign me up for that in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me? Before this game started, I thought we'd be down 20 at halftime. We're only down by 6. We do go 3 now to start the second half here, though. Now Georgia taken back over here, but another pass knocked away. And then a sack? What is... And then, there it is. I was going to say, what is this team? But then get them on a 3rd and long and just... Yep. I will consider this game a massive success if we score a touchdown. Even if we lose, if we get on the board with a touchdown, I mean, we're hold them to another field goal. Georgia hasn't scored a touchdown. Kennesaw State, man, the team is battling. They want to make a point here. Say, oh, Georgia, you passed this up, so we have to go to Kennesaw. Now you're coming to our house. We're not just going to roll over against you, boys. We're going to come out. We're going to fight. I mean, the passing game hasn't been bad for Kennesaw here either. The passing game has been pretty dang good. Can we actually score a touchdown? It's 3rd and 9 from the 10. Hooty-hoo. 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 Christian Moss in for the touchdown. Kennesaw State is down by 2 points at the beginning of the 4th quarter against number 9 Georgia in a 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. They run for it, and that's I think their longest run of the day. They run it on 3rd and 5 and actually pick up the first down. We can't be handing them free penalty yardage here. Another pass knocked away. 3rd and 2. They run it and just barely get it. Oh, boy. Down to the Kennesaw State 41. Down to the Kennesaw State 29 now. Here come the Bulldogs. They were sleepwalking through this game. They thought they were just going to come in here, steamroll Kennesaw. They were not ready for the punch back. But now it looks like Georgia might be trying to put the bow on this one. Under the 2-minute warning now. 3rd and 3, though. If we hold them to a field goal. That was the killer. That was the killer. They can just knee it out now. Those 3rd downs. That whole drive. We have multiple chances to get off the field there. Just couldn't stop the runs on 3rd down. Still, though, that is a huge success for us. To have a home game against Georgia and only lose by 2, not give up a single touchdown while we scored a touchdown, I'm taking that as a gigantic victory for the Owls. So yeah, I think we are going to just do 2 of those check-ins per season. So next, because if we're doing after the season, next let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, next we'll do Alabama, and then after that we'll just kind of go to the end of the season. So I will see you guys for Alabama week. Well, we've made it to Alabama week at 4-2. 0-2 in the SEC, but as long as we're not playing against SEC teams, Kennesaw State's doing pretty dang well. So we saw us lose by 2 to Georgia. We beat UTEP by 6 in El Paso, got rocked by Oklahoma, then pulled off the win against Sam Houston. Now, even if we do go winless in the SEC, at least we won 4 games. Hopefully that's going to be enough to get us up to a 1.5-star program at the very least. Recruiting-wise, much of the same. Nothing's really changed here in terms of we're getting the guys we're going after. On our board currently is a center, so that is going to be at least 1 position at every offensive line, get us a little depth across our offensive front there. Wide receiver, we did find this deep threat, 87 speed, 84 excel. Not bad, not great. But we're just kind of getting by with whatever we can at this point. We did find a green gem receiving back, so we add him to our board here. This corner actually looks pretty dang good. 92 speed, 86 change of direction. A little slow on the excel and agility, but again, these are 1-star guys. We're not expecting too much here. Green gem wide receiver, deep threat here. 92 speed, 87 acceleration. This team needs speed desperately, and it is hard to find, so 100% adding him to our board. Then a little D tackle there, try to get some beef up front. But we've gotten commitments from every single person we have gone after here so far. I think our strategy early on is going to be just pepper the board, probably use all of our scholarships and just try to find guys and see what works. I think is going to be what we have to do here. As long as we are a 1-star program, that's going to be the plan. Like, we did get our green gem left guard, which is great. We got a few more guys down here for us to still scout. And I do want to show what I was thinking when I did Motivator. Now that I've spent some coach coins, I think it's starting to make more sense why I decided to do this, because it'd been a while since I made that decision. But I think it's coming around. So we're getting to level 3 in these as fast as we can to get the off-season training boosts at each position. I think that's going to be the plan, especially with a team like Kennesaw, where there's so many young guys that are all coming back. If we can get more boosts across the board, so right now we have it at quarterback, halfback, and wide receiver / tight end. Next, I'm just gonna essentially be going down the line, try to get those off-season training boosts in every single position. Is gonna be the thought process as soon as we can possibly get there. So that's what we're going to try to do there. Let's see how we can do against Alabama. This will be our last game here of season 1, then we'll just get to the end of the season. But in Tuscaloosa, 89 over Alabama, can we put up as big of a fight as we did there in our first game against Georgia? And yeah, it'd be nice to get, at least one SEC win on the board this season. I don't expect it to be in this one, but maybe against Vandy, or if we play like Mississippi State, somebody like that, maybe we can sneak one in there. And really, it's going to be just about building that momentum. Yeah, I mean, that's just going to happen. And he got hurt. The guy ran for a 57-yard touchdown, got hurt on the play, and still outran our entire defense. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Yeah, because once we start getting that momentum of getting up to where we can recruit 2 stars, then that's gonna make it a little bit easier to get us to 3 stars, to get us going and going and going. It's just gonna be getting there in the first place. I think going from what's gonna be the hardest jump, because I don't think 1 to 2 is gonna be that difficult. I think we can get up to 2 stars probably after this season. Maybe going from 2 to 3, 3 to 4 is gonna be the biggest jump. I think trying to get to that like 3.5 star threshold, I think is gonna take us a long time. But once we get there, then we can start recruiting 4-star guys. Then we might be able to, might be able to at least start putting up more of a fight. See, this is more of what I was expecting against Georgia. Our offense doing nothing. Doing less than nothing. Doing nothing would have been an improvement. So we gave up a touchdown on their opening drive. Then Alabama had it like at our 30, which we did hold them to a field goal there, which was very good. Now they got it back at midfield, a 3rd and 5, and then a touchdown. 17-0 Bama. So this one's definitely not going to be as close as the Georgia game. But again, if we can just get points on the board, 17 is 100% enough to win. Alabama has to do nothing else. If we could just get some sign of life from our offense, I would take that as a victory. Like, these first couple years are going to be about moral victories. This whole video is going to be about what little good pieces can we find throughout getting our butts whooped in the SEC. So, like right there, forcing a 3 and out. That's a good win. We held them to a field goal, and we forced a 3 and out. And a good punt return. Now, can we get a first down? That's our next challenge here. Can the offense put up a first down? Seems unlikely. Sure don't. Absolutely don't. In fact, they turned it over. Alabama going to add to their lead here before half. Ryan Williams down to the 1. Haynes punch one in. Justice Haynes punches one in at 24-0. I honestly think we can just go kind of fast mode here. And just see try to see what happens. And then we can look at if we end up scoring or anything, which it looks like we're not. Looks like Alabama just... No, we sure didn't. 41. That's to be expected. It's okay, boys. It's fine. This is year 1. This is going to be a long road. We're going to get whooped. We got whooped against Oklahoma. We didn't even get to see that one. This time, we saw it. But remember what we did against Georgia. Think about that instead of what we just saw. Remember what happened to Georgia. We only lost by 2 to Georgia. Combined Georgia and Alabama, we lost by 43. That sounds about right. That sounds about right for those 2 games. So that puts us to 4-3. I will see you guys at the end of the season and see if we can get an SEC win on the board. See how we're looking heading into year 2. See you guys at the end of the year. Well, the end of year 1 for Kennesaw State in the SEC, we did not manage to win a single SEC game. We went from 4-2 there at the beginning. Thankfully, had a nice, easy non-conference schedule release, so we got some wins on the board. But after Alabama put up a good fight against Vanderbilt, only lost by 6, smoked by Tennessee, lost by double digits to Mississippi State, rocked by South Carolina, and again at home against top 5 Ole Miss, only lose 28-12. Not good, but not the worst either. So we officially finish 0-8 in the SEC, 4-8 overall. Obviously, we'll not be making a bowl game. We'll just go over recruiting. We'll go over to National Signing Day next. See, hopefully we found a few gems in this recruiting class, and then we will take it from there. National Signing Day is here for the 4-8 Kennesaw State Owls. Let's see. I mean, if we can get any stars... We're really not looking for much. We do get 1 impact, our free safety Steve Lamb. Excellent. We're just looking for anything that's not normal. An impact on that left guard green gem. Okay. Impact on our center. So that's 2 on our offensive line, 1 in our secondary. Our green gem 92 speed wide receiver, also an impact. Our green gem halfback impact. Okay. So we got a few in there. We did add this Eric Reddick in the transfer portal from Texas State. 90 speed, 93 excel with shifty. Maybe. I think our receiving room is actually... I mean, it's not going to be good, but it ain't going to be all that bad next year anyway. So coming up, yeah, I guess we'll just head right into year number 2. Preseason, year 2 here with Kennesaw. Let's take a quick look over the team. And one very important change from year 1 to year 2 is we did get up to a 1.5-star program. Thankfully. So now we can recruit 2-star guys. Still not where we need to get, but it is going to help a lot. So quarterback, again, we're just going to be rocking with the guys we got here for one more year. Yeah, there's just no need for us to really go after a quarterback, especially at 2-star. It's not really going to do much for us. Halfback, somewhere we could definitely look to see if we can find anything that can help us out a little bit there. Wide receivers, we're starting to get that speed in the wide receiver room, which should help quite a bit. We still have Wallace at wide receiver 1 with his 94 speed, but he is going to be gone. Our 90 speed is going to be gone here too, Christian Moss. But we do have 93 speed Dobson. We have another 90 speed down here. We got the 92. He is only a 52 overall as of right now, though. Hopefully the boosts that we spent those coach coins on is going to help us out there at least a little bit. Still a junior at tight end, Carson Kent, so we're not too focused on there. Offensive line is always going to be somewhere we're going to end up looking throughout this whole thing. I think that just helps the team almost more than anything else if you can get your offensive line boosted up, and we need it. Because now these guys are they're a year older. We're going to lose a few after this year. So offensive line is going to be somewhere we are definitely going to have to recruit. Defensive line, we do have Westmoreland for this year and one more. Still with a bronze quick jump. 82 overall now. Love to see that. Other side, we're going to have Colvin as a sophomore, playing up to an 81 overall. So our ends, we're looking good for now at defensive ends. D tackles, we have this junior with a grip breaker. Fantastic. Walker, we are going to lose after this year, but we do have 2 grip breakers in that spot. After that, D tackle's going to be, I mean, we just need everything. That's really what it comes down to. Middle linebackers is a scary scene. It's even worse than I thought because we had some guys transfer out here too. So our best middle linebackers of right now is 59 overall, playing up to a 60. So middle linebacker, desperately going to need some help there. But again, with us capping ourselves at 2 stars, it is going to be a little difficult. Honestly, our secondary, our cornerback room is not bad at all. Like, we're losing Hallam after this year, but then after that, we got good speed. We got pretty decent size. Like, I kind of like where our cornerbacks are sitting right now. Free safety, we have a sophomore up here, Paul. Well, he'll be our guy for a little bit there. And then strong safety, another sophomore, Taiwan Christopher. So that is how Kennesaw State is looking heading into season 2 of this challenge. Let's go. We'll take a look at our team schedule here and our recruiting board, as I just saw we got locked out on a couple guys. Team schedule. See where we want to check in here. We just did Georgia, so maybe I want to do somewhere in the middle. So maybe like our home game against Auburn and then Vandy or something like that. That's kind of close to the end though. I just don't want to do Alabama again. So how about, just to mix things up, we'll do at Mississippi State. We'll sim through that one so we can see how the team's looking, and home for Oklahoma. 2 kind of in the middle. 2 different opponents. Check out the team. See if we can't get our first ever SEC win. This looks like a tougher out of conference, except for FCS, of course. But at Wake Forest, at North Carolina. Okay, at UMass isn't bad. And we do get to play Kentucky. Is this the year? Is this the year we get our first ever SEC win? We'll have to find out. And our recruiting board here really quick. Obviously 1.5 star. Now we are up to 400 hours, which is better than 350. Still not great. We are only going after 7 guys to start this season. All 2-star guys now. So Lorenzo Iverson, this halfback, 90 speed, 88 excel, better than anything we got right now. Middle linebacker. He was the best one I could find, so we just kind of went all in on him here. Some defensive line help at right end, Joshua Webb. Speed rusher, left end, power rusher, Delonte Beckner. Some more offensive line help at right guard, Isaiah Bandy. A little more defensive line, another end there, Henry Cross. And then D tackle, Isaiah Bloom, is how we are going to start off this season. Just 1 SEC win. That's all we are really looking forward for here. So I will see you guys Mississippi State game week. See how we start this year. Week 5, Kennesaw State is 1-2 with a win over the FCS team at least. But things did not go great against... Wake Forest was close, lost by 7. Whatever. Steamrolled by North Carolina, ready for our SEC opener in Stark Vegas against the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Quick recruiting update. We've only gotten 1 commit so far from our right guard, Isaiah Bandy. We did add in a couple wide receivers here, though, towards the bottom. 91 speed, 92 excel, deep threat Roderick Sly. 91 speed, 87 excel, Nick McKenna. Just trying to get a little bit more speed in our wide receiver room. I think that's going to help this offense quite a bit. So now we can go ahead, sim this game against the Bulldogs. SEC opener, arguably our best chance to get on the board in the SEC. 81 overall Mississippi State, 75 overall Kennesaw State. Let's go Owls. Hoo-dee-hoo. Flock up Owls. Starting with the ball on offense, make a statement right away. That's how you do it. Beautiful. 1-yard run on the first play of the game. A 1-yard run on the second play of the game. Can we get 2 yards on the third? No, we get 0. Not the best, not the ideal start for the offense. Good punt, though. I didn't even check kicker and punter. Hopefully we don't need one of those. I mean, if we're looking at 2-star guys, we can... At any level, you can get kickers or punters late if you really need them. But the defense does force a 3 and out. Wallace, not the best punt return, but a punt return. There's a 3-yard gain. All right, and then take it all back. +1. Lose 4 yards, 3rd and 11. And another 1-yard rush. Ay, 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 boys. Go on. So how many yards... We have 2 yards of offense through 2 drives so far, I believe. But hey, if the defense can keep forcing 3 and outs, nope. We had them. We had them on a 3 and out. They were going to punt there, and somehow we got a 5-yard penalty. Gives them the first down. Now Mississippi State just marching their rushing attack right at Kennesaw State. 2nd and 9, a 3rd and 6 at midfield. Can the defense hold up? They do. Has Mississippi State, have they even tried a pass yet? Have they just ran the ball every single time? I'm fine if they want to keep doing that. We saw against Georgia. I think that's what really helped keep us in that game, as they kept running the ball. Holding, whoa, I was going to say the holding penalty totally derailed that whole drive, but then all of a sudden a 26-yard rush and then a 9-yard sack. But then 13 back. Maybe let the QB throw a little bit. Maybe. Just an idea. Let him pass the ball a little bit. See if anything happens there. We did pop that one big run, but other than that, we haven't really seen a whole lot of positive from our offense. Not just in this game, but through year 1 as well. I don't know if our kicker can hit from 53. He sure can't. Now we do know he cannot hit from 53. Well, it's good to know there at least. We're seeing a ton of pass knocked away. They do come up a yard short. Do they try a kick or go for it? They try a kick and miss as well. The 0-0 tie. Barn burner here in Mississippi. Oh, I was just gonna say, let's see if we can get a lead before half, but nope, throws an interception. At R37, at R30, looks like Mississippi State's probably going to get at least 3 on the board here before half. Just keep it to 3. They're out of timeouts, 10 seconds. They do go for the kick. 3-0 lead for the Bulldogs. Okay. I'm loving what we're seeing from our defense. Our offense is a pretty gigantic concern as of right now. That they've just done nothing. But that's why we're trying to get all those wide receivers, trying to get a little bit more speed. Maybe we do need to shift that focus to be more halfback, because they do seem to really love running the ball. So maybe we do need to look for some more halfbacks too. This is just all runs, man. And we're getting sacked a ton. But there's only so much we can really do. Especially with the offensive line. It's like we just got to hope these low-star guys all pan out and end up being at least serviceable. You hate those. The 3rd and 4, the 4-yard rush, it is a first down. Another pass knocked away, though. That was actually by a linebacker. It wasn't even by a secondary position. 3rd and 12. You gonna kick again or go for it? They do go for it, and they do get it. We have to hold them to field goal here for us to have any chance. I still don't know if our offense is going to be able to do anything here. But hold them to field goal. And a touchdown, and we can take the lead. Okay. And we did do that. So we're down by 6. Just one play. Just one lucky play. One broken coverage. one anything. Just get on the board here, boys. There you go. Put it through the air every once in a while. I know he's thrown a couple interceptions that we've seen. Hasn't really been able to string too much together, but we also know the running game is just not there right now. Not against this SEC level competition. We're not up to that level to be able to run the ball against them yet. Offensive line's not good enough. Running backs aren't good enough. We have to rely on some passes every once in a while. I mean, go for it. Go for it. Come on. Come on. 1st and 10 at the 16. Ashley in for the touchdown. Kennesaw State in the 4th quarter has a 1-point lead in Starkville. Less than 3 minutes to go. Can the defense hold on? That is a terrible start. Terrible start for the defense to try to hold this lead here. 3rd and 9 at R41 for the Bulldogs. Devastating. Absolutely devastating. So we got the 2-minute warning. We got all of our timeouts. 2nd and 7 at the 13. We're going to get the ball back here. Okay. Okay. And we're not even using any timeouts yet. I was really just hoping for a miss. That'd been nice. But offense taking over. All 3 timeouts still. Minute and a half to go. Down by 2. Can we put a single drive together? Pass knocked away. Pass thrown away. 3rd and 10. 1st down to Dobson. Minute to go. Kennesaw State at their own 40. Sacked again. 2nd and 18 now at our own 33. Sacked again. 3rd and 22 now at our own 29. Not looking good all of a sudden. 4th and 13. It all comes down to this. And a pass is knocked away. Gosh dang it. Another 2-point loss for the Owls in SEC play. This one on the road. Defense played a phenomenal game. It's just that I don't know if it's a playbook thing. I don't know what it is, but they're very committed to trying to run the ball. So we're going to have to keep that in mind when it comes to recruiting. But still, oh man, I really thought we had it there. Once we got that big clutch drive to take the lead in the 4th quarter, just needed one stand by the defense, one more stand. They played phenomenally today. I can't hold that loss against them, but so close. So close to our first SEC win. All right, so now, after that one, I will see you guys. What game did I say? For Oklahoma. I'll see you guys for Oklahoma. See, maybe we snag a win between now and then. Give you a recruiting update, and we'll take it from there. Week 10 at home against Oklahoma. Kennesaw State 2-5. Did not find any SEC wins here so far. No surprise there. We did only lose by 6 against number 18 Auburn. Not too bad. Again, kept it fairly close against Georgia. We actually put up 26 points against the Bulldogs. I feel like we're heading in the right direction. Did squeak past UMass 34-31 for our 2nd win of the season. Gets us to 2-5. Coming up, we've got Oklahoma, Bama, Vandy, Kentucky, who I said at the beginning, well, good, we got Kentucky on the schedule. Well, now they're 24th in the country. And then Texas A&M to end the season. Let's go ahead. We will sim this game against Oklahoma, see how the team is looking here a little deeper into the season. Quick recruiting update. Again, we haven't lost out on anybody. It's kind of the nice thing of going after these lower rated guys. So our board, we did add some more halfback depth here with Bradley Brightwell. Again, I'll move this over to scouting so you can see these guys' abilities. Well, not really abilities, but at least their stats. So Brightwell there, 89 speed, 89 XL. A strong safety, 6'2" with 90 speed. I like what we see there. A D tackle, 83 strength, 75 tackling. We definitely need more just beef in the middle. A couple more middle linebackers here. I saw 85 speed and 73 tackle with the natural as a mental thing, and I'm in. Jalen Coleman, that's all I needed to see from you, buddy. Another middle linebacker here. We know that's a position we desperately need to find somebody that can step in and play, so we're going after that one a little bit. Some more help on the defensive line here. A right end, Connor Gooch. And a left outside linebacker that I just don't have any more hours to put on here. But yes, we've gotten commitments from everybody here so far. I think this Iverson's probably going to be our halfback with 90 speed, 88 XL, 86 agility. I think that's going to be pretty good. Defensive end here, Webb. Defensive tackle, Bloom. Left end, we did get one middle linebacker already, but we just need so much help in that spot. It's pretty bad. We did get our wide receivers though, so these guys I'm pretty excited for. 91 speed, 92 XL, 91 speed, 87 XL. Hopefully help the offense a little bit. But again, after watching these sims, this is definitely a more run-based offense, so I think we're gonna have to change our recruiting philosophy a little bit, get some more halfbacks, get some more like power offensive linemen, I think is going to be the plan going forward. But first, let's see how we do at home. Boomer Sooner, the Hootie Hoos. Can we get our first ever SEC win? Hopefully some point in this video. Probably not in this game, but you never know. Our last home game we saw, we only lost by 2 to Georgia. That's an awful good way to start. And then, yep, we will back it up yet again. Once we get up to, I think every time we level up, essentially, where we can go after a higher level recruiting-wise, I think offensive line makes most sense to go after right away. So we've seen how bad this offensive line is. Somehow we popped a 50-yard run in there, but how many sacks have we given up between these games? It's a problem. It is a serious problem. Almost got him on a third down there. Almost got the 3 and out, but give up the 5-yard rush. Oklahoma keeps the drive alive for now. Now another 3rd and 3. Keep the drive alive again. Okay. And that's what just killed us against Mississippi State. The last drive they went off. The last drive they had there, they had so many 3rd downs, and they just ran it, and there was nothing we could do about it. Oklahoma marches. That was pretty dang easy. For the Sooners there. Mix of run, mix of pass, a little bit. It was all working for them. And we were able to pop that one run on them. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it again. I, of course, certainly hope so. But that might be asking a little too much from our Kennesaw State friends. And indeed it was. Then, hey, Jackson Coleman getting in there, getting a sack. 2nd and 17, then a pass knocked away. We haven't seen, I don't know if we've gotten a single turnover yet, but that's huge. So we throw the interception, but then back them up with a sack and force a punt. Keep it 7-3. Can the offense do a thing? Nope, we get sacked again. Ooh, I think the main thing we've been learning from watching these games, offensive line. We need to just keep going. 3 and out forced again, though, by the defense. And they actually went for it and don't get it. Momentum, Owls. Get the ball in the air, get it moving, get some points on the board here before half. We are in Oklahoma. Oh, my goodness. However you want to give it to us, we'll take it. We'll take it, Oklahoma. Down to the 23. Sacked again. Then a pass drop. 49-yard field goal. Okay, kicks up, kicks good. It's a 1-point game, 40 seconds left in the first half. Yeah, offensive line, and every time we get to that next level. So once we can start recruiting 3-star guys, it's going to have to be offensive line first and foremost, I think. I think that's been our main takeaway. Is it killed us against Mississippi State. It's killing us against Oklahoma. Just so many sacks. We're getting in, like, we either have a drive going or something like there where we're in good field position, potentially even take a lead there before half. But then you get backed up 10 yards. And for this offense, it's almost like when the early years of the flex bone at NIU, you just can't go backwards because that just kills you. Just absolutely kills you. Bend but don't break defense, though. Oklahoma trying to power run their way back down the field again. The defense stands tall. Offense takes over. Still only down by 1 here in the 3rd quarter. I like that they were passing there those first couple plays. First 2 plays of this drive were pass, both over 10-yard plays, and we go back to runs because we get that penalty. Good things happen when you put the ball in the air. Good things can happen when you throw the ball, Kennesaw. 7-point lead on the Sooners now. Pressure back on the Owl defense. Oh, man, I am so excited. Please hold, boys. Minute left in the 3rd, up by 7. Big gain there for Oklahoma, down to the 39, back them up 5 yards. And it was right in the middle of me complaining about, we had another penalty that, again, is going to kill the drive because we ran it twice after that. 3rd and long, fires in a big touchdown pass. But 3rd and 11, Oklahoma gets stopped. 4th and 9 at Kennesaw's 38-yard line. They have to punt. The Owls offense coming back on the field, nursing a 7-point lead in the 4th quarter. Looking for our first ever SEC victory here in our 2nd season in the conference. 3rd and 7 at our own 21. Huge play here. And pass thrown away. Again, the offensive line unable to hold there. Pressure gets to our quarterback, has to chuck it out of bounds, giving the ball back to Oklahoma, who, if they start passing, should be able to score pretty easily here, as we're seeing through those first 2 plays. Now they're settling down and going for runs, though. Just keep running. That's our best shot, is Oklahoma running the ball. Only chance to get a stop. 4th and inches, they're probably going for it. They do go for it, and they get 1 yard to pick it up. So essentially, for the 4th and goal at the 1. They're going to have to go for it again here. Touchdown, Sawchuck. I thought they might go for 2. Again, the defense has a chance to close out a game. Can't do it. Can the offense clutch up like we were unable to do against Mississippi State and pull off this victory? There is a first down to the 37, then an interception. Another interception. But the ball is at midfield. It's not like they're in field goal range here. And they're backing up 3rd and 17. Do not. Okay, thank you, boys. Thank you. So they're going to have to punt. 35 seconds, 2 timeouts. Just don't do anything. Just run out the clock. Just take it to overtime. I'm fine with that. Yes, fine. Totally fine. Totally fine. We've seen our guy throw way too many interceptions to trust him in that spot to be chucking it. 3rd and 7, opening drive of overtime here. Gosh. When push comes to shove, this defense has just been crumbling, though. Happened against Mississippi State. Happened here against Oklahoma. Just don't give up that last drive. We win the game. 3rd and 7, opening drive of overtime. Give up the big play. Now, 4th and 4, we got to go for it. I assume game's over here. It is not. It is a touchdown to Carson Kent. I wouldn't hate going for 2 and just ending the game right now. Go for the extra point. Double overtime at home against Oklahoma. Kennesaw State still looking for the first ever win in the SEC. We're going to have to settle for a long field goal. But kicks up, kicks good. That is pressured. Hit a 52-yard field goal in that situation. They did score. Oh, and I saw them start celebrating. I thought maybe when the screen came up, I thought maybe it was an interception. It was an interception or a touchdown. Unfortunate for Kennesaw State. It is a touchdown for Oklahoma. Double overtime loss. We are right there. We are so gosh dang close to getting this SEC win, but just not to be in this one. So now, I will see you guys at the end of year 2. Maybe we snag... I mean, I feel like I'm saying this every time. Maybe we snag an SEC win somewhere along the way, but I will see you guys at the end of the season. Well, another year down, another winless stretch in the SEC. We once again have gone 0-8, only 2-10 on the season, which has me concerned we're going to drop back down to a 1-star program. I'm really hoping not, though. So, Alabama, we put up a better fight than last year. We got on the board and held them to only 21 instead of 41, so small victories, we take those. We scored 34 against Vandy, but gave up 52, so that will lose a game for you. Kentucky, we only lost by 7, hung in there. Texas A&M only lost by 4. Like, there were so many games. Just flip one of these 1-score games. Please, let us beat Texas A&M or Kentucky or Oklahoma. Georgia's technically was 9. Auburn, we lost by 6. Mississippi State, we lost by 2. Like, this team is not that far off from being able to actually knock off an SEC team. But that's going to have to wait till year 3. So once again, I will see you guys at National Signing Day. See these recruits that we got coming in. Hopefully, next year's the year. Finally get us on the board. National Signing Day. Heading into year 3. See how these 2-star boys are turning out. We're just hoping to see more impact stars. Okay, there's one impact, another offensive line. At least we're kind of stacking them up on offensive line. Another impact, wide receiver, Nick McKenna, our 91 speed, 87 XL. Okay. Only 2? Only 2? We did actually lose out on a couple guys here on the transfer portal here. Star right end. Okay. So I think that's our first star we've gotten. We missed out on this normal left end. These last few were in the transfer portal. So Bennett, from Bennett down. Bennett we got. Kalu we got. That's our star. Excellent. We did miss out this left end. We got this impact strong safety. And Moon was an actual recruit that we missed out on. 2-star green gem 90 speed. Would have been nice. Okay. I feel like we got more impacts from our 1-star recruiting class than we just did in our 2-star class. But you know what? It is what it is. It's fine. Let's head into year 3. Let's get a gosh dang SEC win. Year 3, Kennesaw State. We are ready to rock and roll. Let's take a quick look at our team schedule, and we will see here we did manage to stay at 1.5 stars. Thank goodness. Going back down to 1 would really be tough for us. So we're starting with an SEC game against Vandy, out of conference against BYU at home. That is tough. We do have another FCS though, which is great. Then another out of conference against number 7 Arizona. Oh, this is gonna be a tough year. Ooh, this is not gonna be a good year. Okay, so what games here? I don't really want to watch us play Georgia again, but that does kind of make sense. I mean, we could just do FCS to try to see us get a win. And I think for this year, maybe we just do a halfway point, just do Ole Miss, and then maybe we could do one of these towards the end, like Ole Miss and Texas or something like that if we're feeling like doing 2. But I think we won't check in until Ole Miss, because that's how many SEC games. That's our third SEC. Yeah. So Ole Miss will be our first check-in here. Quick look at the team. We are sitting 79 overall right now. Like I said, stay at a 1.5 star program, which is great. Bohannon steps up and is taking over the reins from Bryson since he developed so much better. He's 77 overall, playing up to 78. At this point, why not? Sure, give him a shot. Ashley staying our starting halfback, and 84 overall. Actually pretty solid, but halfback, we have a lot of depth at halfback, but we don't really have anyone good at halfback. It's kind of a common problem we're seeing across the board. We are getting depth, we're just not really getting those big breakout guys. Dobson's gonna be wide receiver 1 with his 93 speed. We'll say receiver, I think we're mostly okay, at least for now. Juniors and freshmen kind of across the board. Tight end, we need help here. 2 seniors. Kent has actually been really solid for us, 79 overall, 77 speed. He will be gone after this year. 79 overall at left tackle, 82 overall at guard, 78 at center, 80. So we're slowly, right tackle still an issue. Offensive line still going to be an issue when we're sticking at the 2-star. I mean, there's only a whole lot. There's only so much we can do. Westmoreland is going to be last year here, which is too bad. We just can't find any quick jumps to take his spot. Would really be helpful, but Colvin will be our other end. We saw his name pop up a few times during the Sims there last year as well. Dylan Hannon, still grip breaker at our D tackle 1. We got a grip breaker takedown on Jalen Jarrett, who we will have him for 1 more season. Warren getting there. So D tackle, not as big a concern as it has been. Outside linebacker, Kimball, actually very solid. Middle linebacker, better than last year, still bad. And there's just not a whole heck of a lot we can do about it right now. Silas on the other outside linebacker spot, not bad. I think outside linebacker are mostly okay. Again, our corners, nothing special, but solid. 82 overall, 88 speed, 81, 95 speed. A couple house calls in here. A gold house call on Williams. I mean, our secondary is not bad. Our defense in general has been playing bad. It's been our offense that's been really bad. I am going to show quick our coach abilities, how I've been spending the coach coins. So we're doing this a little bit differently. So motivator, I got to 3 across the board just to get our off-season training boosts. Since we're not playing games, I don't think the stay hot thing, we're starting the 4th quarter hot. I don't know how much that really matters. So right now I've stopped that at 3 out of 4. Then I did open up recruiter as our next step. I think that just definitely makes the most sense. Again, now this one we're spreading across the board. I wanted to get to at least 2 so we have less time to fully scout, and recruiting actions have bigger impacts on every position except kicker. We haven't gotten the second one there yet. I think overall this strategy does make sense for this team. We're getting the training boosts from everybody first. Now it's a little bit easier for us to recruit. So we're sticking with the 2-star since we are still a 1.5 star program. We did need a quarterback. We probably are going to need another one at some point since we'd have 3. We have 2 leaving, but we have 2 coming back. Then this Muamba, and there's a depth piece as well. Tight end Russ Charbonnet. We found a 2-star green gem tight end, so fingers crossed that's going to work out for us. 81 speed, not the fastest, but I think that'll be okay. And again, we only have 400 hours, so we only have 7 guys on the board as of right now. So I had to spend some hours scouting and doing some other things, so we should be able to add somebody else starting next week. Tackle spots, always looking for offensive line boosts. Right tackle, Curtis Haddad. Left tackle, George Escobar. Defensive line, Dexter Jones. A cornerback, 89 speed, 85 excel, 83 change of direction. Looked pretty solid, so we'll go ahead and add him. And then another offensive line. Offensive line is just going to have to be our focus until I'm more comfortable with where we are at in that spot. But that is how our recruiting board is set up. That is how our team is looking. That's how our schedule is looking. Year 3. This is the year I can feel it. SEC win coming to Kennesaw. Hooty hoo. All aboard. Let's go. I'll see you guys for Ole Miss. Actually cutting in here really quick because we did start this season 1-0 with our first ever SEC victory at home against Vanderbilt, a 20-17 barn burner. Let's check the box score here. We had 402 yards of offense. They're 203. How'd we only win this game by 3? What the heck happened here? Bohannon, first game at the helm for Kennesaw State, throws for 264 on 17 for 28. So we did have a turnover. I don't know how this was only a 3-point game just from looking at the stats, but Bohannon, welcome to the squad, buddy. Welcome to the parliament. Takes over. Ashley had a great day. Did anything good happen on defense? Any sacks or turnovers? 1 sack split between Westmoreland and Kimball. No turnovers, but a win on the board. It took 2 years, but our first attempt in year 3. SEC win on the board. Only up from here, boys. Well, week 7 headed to Oxford, Mississippi, and the Ole Miss Rebels. Kennesaw State sitting at 3-2, so already more wins than last year. Love to see that. Like we had to stop and mention our first ever SEC victory against Vanderbilt. We also snuck by Kent State. A little dicey, but a win is a win. Number 13 BYU, we did drop that one by 17 points. FCS somehow gave up a safety, but other than that, pretty smooth sailing. Then dropped by 16 at Georgia. Compared to, Georgia, we've actually played fairly tough for whatever reason, but in Athens, a 16-point loss there is understandable. Coming up, looks pretty tough. Looks like we got a tough slate ahead for the rest of this season. Recruiting, we have gotten commitments from everybody we have gone after here yet again, who we are still looking at. Really trying to beef up some of these pass catchers here, so we got a few receivers added to our board. 94 speed, Tyler Toomer. Another tight end here, Kentrell Jackson, vertical threat, 83 speed on this one, 6'5". A power rushing D tackle, Russ Titus. Cornerback here too, Harvey Benedict, 91 speed, 83 excel, 83 change of direction, 6 feet. Sure. Another 94 speed deep threat wide receiver, 6'3", Daryl Purvis. A physical wide receiver, Joe Swain, 6'4", 88 speed, 86 jumping, 85 excel. Looks pretty solid. And then this outside linebacker I'm going to offer once we have more hours, but I've got all 400 spent. We did get commitments, like I said, from everybody we were in on. Our quarterback, our right tackle, our defensive end, our tight end, Green Gem 2-star, left tackle, another corner, and a right guard. So, I mean, class is looking pretty good. Season's off to a decent start, but now we're about to start the gauntlet. Let's see if we can get it started with a win against the Rebels. And we'll see. I mean, maybe... Okay. Good start for the boys. I say maybe the harm of us only looking at a couple of these games is we just see us run the ball a lot in a couple spots, and that's not always. Wow, this is an unbelievable start. Get the sack, get the stop, get the ball at their 29, and then drop a pass. Because we did see us run the ball so much, now we're coming out pass against Ole Miss. 3rd and 10, we'll take 5 yards, however you want to give it to us. 3rd and 5 now, and then sacked. Okay. The guy made up for his own mistake. Looked like it was the same guy, gave us 5 yards on that penalty, and then sacked us for a loss of 6. Hate seeing the 2 dropped balls there. I love that we came out and actually tried passing the ball there a little bit. It doesn't do us a whole lot of good if the guys aren't holding on to the ball, though. Crazy theory, just floating it out there. 3rd and 5, another 3 and out forced by the defense here. Was hoping for another, little 30-yard punt. That was the exact opposite of Ole Miss's first punt there. Bombs away, and we had to fair catch that one. Oh my goodness, Bohannon. Okay. Not a good start for the offense, but okay, now it's a total flip from what we saw at the beginning. Now Ole Miss is starting with the ball in field goal range. Can our defense do what theirs did and hold them to a field goal attempt? A 3rd and 7, and no, we cannot. Deshaun Weathersby finally breaks through on like his 6th or 7th run attempt already of the game. Finally gets through the line, gets a big run. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Kennesaw State. Let's see if our offense can just do anything. Just anything. Nope. Sure can't. Okay. See, now I wonder what changed between our SEC opener against Vandy, where we had 400 yards of offense, versus now this first quarter. We do get a 3-and-out here, though. First quarter against Ole Miss, we had, what, maybe 2 yards? I mean, punt return's our best offense right now, by a mile. Another great punt return puts us in Ole Miss field position, but just absolutely nothing going for us on the offensive side of the ball until now. Finds his halfback Drew Edwards down to the 24-yard line. There you go, Bohannon. Maybe you just need to get a little confidence going up, and he throws one away there. 3rd and 4, tries to take it himself, comes up short. 4th and 1. I wouldn't have hated going for it there. I understand, kick your 3, get down by 1, make it a 1-point game. 4th and 1 at the 13. How many more chances there are we gonna get in this game? Probably not a ton. Kind of would have liked to see us go for it, but this defense, man. And we get it in good field position here again. 2nd and 2, already on Ole Miss's side of the field with a 1.5 left here in the first half. The Howls are driving down to the Rebels' 18-yard line in the red zone, and a touchdown to Dustin Thomas. Don't know. Touchdown Kennesaw State, though, 13-7 with 3 scoring drives. Yes, the first one was essentially handed to us, starting in field goal range for the most part, but Bohannon, shaky start, got it going there on that drive. Now Walker Howard trying to answer back for Ole Miss, and it looks like they certainly are. 1st and goal at the 9. There's a whirlwind that just happened there. 3 plays, all of a sudden they go 60-something yards and score. Getting the lead back for Ole Miss, 14-13. Assume just heading to halftime. Yes, indeed. So again, though, only down 1. At half, another score we would have signed up for in a heartbeat if given the opportunity before this game started. Now back to throwing the ball away. And I don't know, obviously the quarterbacks aren't good, but I can't blame it fully on the quarterbacks every time we're seeing the pass thrown away. I think it's our offensive line, which we know isn't very good, just letting the pressure come in, and he's just got no other option but to throw the ball away. That's probably more of what it is. But I have not been impressed with Bohannon here. But he did get us our first ever SEC win, so I can't, it's not like I'm taking him out. It's not like we have an option for anyone else we can put in. So we're just going to have to let it rock in this game and trust the defense to keep getting stops just like that. Bohannon's getting the ball back here, still only down by 1, and he has to throw it away yet again. Throw away again. I'm going to have to go back to like our NIU and then sacked. See, I think pressure comes in, he just throw away, and then sack. Now Ole Miss starting with the ball once again in field goal range. We really need the defense to hold up here and keep them out of the end zone. Desperately need this 3rd and 5 stop. They do get it. Are they going to kick? They do kick. Okay, keep it a 1-score game there is huge for us. We almost just need a kick return touchdown. Another pass thrown away. I think it was NIU. We actually had to start bringing out a counter for how many passes thrown away we saw. Bohannon might be shattering records here today. So many passes thrown away. But we're still only down by 4. And we still have yet to see our defense ever get a turnover until right now. Right in the middle of me saying we've never seen our defense get a turnover. Here in year 3, we do get one. Then back-to-back passes thrown away again at the 17-yard line. Negative 2-yard rush. Take your 3 here. Make it a 1-point game again. Okay. Obviously, when you get the turnover, you need to capitalize that with a touchdown. But at least we do get our points on the board. It is back to a 1-point game. Less than 4 minutes to go in Ole Miss. We're hanging in there again. It feels like, oh my gosh. 3rd and 11, a 76-yard touchdown. Oh my god. The only game we've had that was like blowout, totally out of it, was that first year against Alabama. I feel like every other one, we've been battling in these games. That's why I think we're not that far away. I mean, we do have a win in the SEC. We're not that far away from winning 3-4 SEC games. Then it just snowballs from there. 2nd and 7, though, at Ole Miss's 36. First down to the 23, down by 8, 90 seconds to go. Need the touchdown, need the 2-point. 1st and goal, 2nd and goal now with another pass thrown away. Down to the 3, 3rd and goal at the 3. Touchdown. Need the 2-point conversion. It is good. 2-point conversion is good. A minute to go. Tie game between Kennesaw and Ole Miss. Can the defense hold for a minute? We've been in this position before, and the defense has let us down time and time again. And they're on the brink of doing it again. About one more first down. Who else? Who else but Westmoreland? Who else but that legend Westmoreland to get that sack? Take us to overtime against Ole Miss. Now we back up again. 3rd and 14 from the 29, but a first down. Carson Kent. He has been the most rock-steady guy in this offense by a mile, has been that tight end. 3rd and 10, though, now at the 12. 0-yard rush for Bohannon. Gonna have to settle for a field goal here in the opening drive of overtime. Ole Miss now touchdown to win the game. But again, I mean, what just a back and forth battle. 4th and 2, they are going to have to kick here. Just miss it? No, kicks up, kicks good. Another double overtime SEC game for Kennesaw State. We lost the last one. Can we come through and pull this one off? 4th and 1, they're probably going to just kick. They do. Touchdown to win the game now for Bohannon. Nope, we're just going to kick. Just make it at least. Okay. Triple overtime. And we throw an interception. Our 2-point conversion, interception. Penalty on Ole Miss, though. They're going to be at the 8. And they don't get it either. 4th overtime. They don't get it. 2-point conversion for the win! For the win! For the win! Kennesaw State, our 2nd SEC victory, our first ever ranked win, comes in Oxford against Ole Miss in 4 overtimes. Stuff them on the 2-point conversion back-to-back times. Ole Miss has the chance to win. They go for the run after the penalty, get stuffed. Go for the pass at the 3-yard line. Nothing. Kennesaw State answers back, punches in the 2-point conversion, walks away with a win. 4 and 2 on the season now, 2 and 1 in the SEC. What a time to be an Owl. What a time to be part of the parliament for the Kennesaw State. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, now can we keep building on this momentum? Huge win there. I will see you guys. I'll see you for Texas. That'll be the next one we do. Just because we just did Oklahoma, I know timing-wise that would make a little more sense. But we just saw Oklahoma last year. This year, I'll see you for Texas. 4 and 2. Keep it rolling, Owls. Come on now. Week 11, Texas Longhorns, Kennesaw State Owls. We are 5 and 4, 3 and 2 in the SEC. We're cooking. We're cooking just a little bit, just not too much, but just enough to give us a little bit of hope here going forward. So after our thrilling victory against Ole Miss, we pulled off a 1-point win against the Kentucky Wildcats. That is our 3rd SEC victory against they were 7 at the time, now number 17 Arizona, only lost by 7. Not too shabby. Oklahoma kind of beat us up there a little bit. So we got 3 games left here. We'll watch us play Texas and then go to the end of the season. But from 0-8 in the SEC in years 1 and 2, we've already won 3 SEC games in year 3. That's a win in my book. That's a gigantic win. Recruiting wise, we did miss out on one recruit here. This Harvey Benedict ended up going to Duke, which is unfortunate. You know, the 91 speed, 6 feet would have been nice, but it is what it is. Everyone else so far we have gotten. Everybody we are still in on here. Both these wide receivers still the 94 speed. Deep threat, the 88 speed, 6'4" physical wide receiver. Our right outside linebacker we added to our board. These guys are all going to be new here. This power center, I think power is going to make the most sense for how it seems like this team likes to play. Power right guard, another middle linebacker, pass coverage, 83 speed, 88 excel. Seems pretty good. And then since we lost that corner, we did find a green gem 2-star corner, also 6 foot, a little bit slower, but I think the green gem is going to make up for it. So I think overall looking pretty solid here with our 2-star recruiting class. Definitely by far the best season we've had so far. Let's see if we can add on to it and go beat Texas. We struggle to do this with UTEP even when we were up in the high 80 overall. So 91 overall Texas, 79 overall Kennesaw State. Who knows? We'll see. Didn't expect us to beat Ole Miss. We pulled that off. Let's see if we got another miracle in us here for our last sim game of this part. Yeah, then we'll jump ahead to the end of the season after this, see what our record and everything ended up being, but signing day and everything will be the beginning of next week's episode when we go through years 4, 5, and 6. So Ashley, I know this is Ashley's last year. I know it's Bohannon's last year, so the offense is going to look a lot different next season. Which, I don't know, man. I was thinking that was a good thing. I mean, again, never opposed to taking handouts. That tight end is definitely going to hurt because he has been, like I said in the last game, he has been like our constant. He's been the rock of this offense. So losing him and Ashley. Oh, we might have Ashley for one more season. But I know Bohannon and the tight end are gone. But what an opening drive here in Austin. Yes, boosted by a couple of Texas defensive penalties, but I ain't going to complain about it. I ain't going to say nothing about it. We're on the board, up 7-0. Big run for Texas to get us started. They're just going back to 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 that Wisner. And he is destroying us. They don't need anybody else, apparently. Arch Manning at the helm for the Longhorns. And now they take Wisner out. 3rd and goal at the 2. Doesn't matter. Gibson in for the touchdown. So there's one run in there by Arch Manning. Everything else was their halfback. And we made him work for it except for that first run. Giving up a 30-something yard run to Texas is things we just can't afford to do. Much like they probably can't afford to hand us 15-yard penalties. But here we are. 7-7. 3rd and 6. Pass knocked away. We'll be punting it back to Texas. A bad punt. They're starting on our side of the field here somehow. Starting the second quarter, but a pass knocked away. Kimball has won Player of the Week, I think, once, maybe twice. He's been really, really good for us this season. So hopefully, if he's back next year, he gets a good little boost here. Look at that defense. Force Texas to take 3. Keep it a 3-point game. It looked like they had another drive going there for a little bit, but then we were getting after Arch, making him throw that ball away. Keep it within reach here. Hopefully our offense can find. See, this is what I was saying though, just the run. You just sometimes get so committed to the run. Maybe because it's a pistol offense that they run the ball more often, but they just seem really committed to try to get these runs going. And against a team like Texas, that is really, really going to be difficult. But the defense steps up that time, gets the 3 and out, gets us the ball back. This is a hell of a punt returner. I love this Reddick guy. He keeps giving us good field position. Now it's up to the offense. 3rd and 7, a pass knocked away. At least we're seeing passes knocked away and not thrown away. So it does seem like our offensive line is somehow doing a little bit better here against Texas than they have been in the past. 3rd and 3, this would be a huge 3 and out. 3rd and 3, it's a 3-yard rush and not 4th and inches. It is a first down, but it's fine. Take it to half. Like we've said in pretty much every game here so far, if you told me before this game started it'll be halftime and down by 3, I'm signing my name on that faster than you can blink. Immediately, yes, give me that. 3rd and 12, pass knocked away by Taiwan Christopher. Kennesaw State getting the ball back here, down by 3. Another good return. Eric Reddick, you have my heart. I love you. Now, can Ashley pop a big run? Yeah, the run seems unlikely. I think that is going to be our best shot. Is going to be putting the ball in the air against these higher overall SEC teams for now. I think our only chance of moving the ball is going to be passing. I don't trust us to be able to run the ball consistently. We might be able to pop a big run, but if our game plan is just focused on running, it's going to be a ton of that. 3 to 1 yard rushes, pass run away. 3rd and 7 comes up just short. 4th and 3 at the 4. Wouldn't hate going for it here either, but take your field goal, tie the game. I suppose that does make the most sense. You got the chance to tie the game in Texas. Take that, tie it up. Why risk going for it? 3rd and 5, defense, please. 4th and inches. Defense holds strong. A bad punt, a return. Ooh, Reddick. I get so excited on those punts now. He's shown us time and time again. He has been pulling this off. But because no return there. A good first pass there, but then backs us up 5 yards. That's a hard hole for this offense to dig out of. Even 5 yards makes these drives so much more difficult, and then more dropped passes. Have to punt it back to Texas, taken over on their own 20. get us again on the big play. Oh, they get us again on the big play. Oh, this was the first time Texas got us on the big play, but Ole Miss got us on something very similar there. Defense. Okay, there's a big run. We finally did get that big run pop. Now, build on it. Build on it. Can't let this drive just fluster out here before we get to the 40-yard line. 3rd and 6, 4th and 3. They do punt. Under 3 to go, down by 7, ball at the 40. I don't know. I think you go for it in that situation. I'm just the GM, though. I'm not the coach. I got no impact on how the boys, on the game planning, anything like that. This is all up to the team I am putting together, and they're battling here still. 90 seconds, down by 7. Can Bohannon be the hero here? 4th and 2. He cannot. 4th and 2, they try to give it to Ashley. I guess try to catch Texas a little bit off guard there. But they were ready for the run. They stuff it. They shut it out. 4th and 6, a field goal essentially to end the game here if it's good. It is. 10-point deficit now, 40 seconds to go. No timeouts remaining. Looks like we are going to drop this one to the Longhorns. Another one though of us battling. We're fighting, you know. Yes, it's probably going to end a double digit unless we get some garbage time touchdown here. It is going to end as a double digit 10-point loss. But it was a tie game there to start the 4th quarter. Just gave up that one big play. Just never able to fully recover from. Offense never really got going, which we didn't fully expect him to. Proud of how the defense played. Bohannon, not so much, but that gets us to what, 3-3 now in the SEC, 5-6 overall. Let's jump ahead to the end of the season. How do we finish out year 3? We do finish the season 5-7, unable to pull off another win there, but still a massively successful season for Kennesaw State, pulling off 3 wins in the SEC, 5-7 overall. So happy with that. So unbelievably happy with that. So we lost by 10 to Texas, got boat raced by Tennessee. You could say the same for LSU. We did only lose by 14. We did score 28, but we gave up 42. Seems like on these sims, when we just skip the week, our defense really, really stinks. The ones we watch, at least they fight a little bit. So actually, I think how we're going to do this is I will go through signing day in this part, and then next part we'll just start with the start of year 4. I think that makes more sense. So let's go ahead, go to National Signing Day, see our full recruiting class, see how the team's looking headed to year 4. National Signing Day of Kennesaw State before we head into season number 4. Let's just see if we got any good dev traits hiding through here. Okay, our quarterback's an impact. That's a good start. Let's see if we get any more. Another impact, our green gem tight end. Okay. I mean, we're through 6 and we've gotten 2 impacts, or 3 impacts. I think that's more than we had all of last year. Anything else would be gravy. If there is anything else, there is another impact there. Our physical wide receiver, right? Yes, Joe Swain, physical 88 speed wide receiver. More normals. Okay. Another impact, our green gem corner that we weren't even going to get unless Duke snaked our other corner. So thank you very much to Duke. Kicker and punter we decided to add in there, sure. Our kicker's an impact. That's great. The corner we lost out on is normal. So I will make that trade with you every day of the week there, Duke. Then in the portal, we did add a few more people. Potential new quarterback here. This Dwayne Grimes, 87 throw power, 82 short, 78 medium. I mean, he looks pretty dang good, so he might be our quarterback next year. He's from Kennesaw, and somehow that's only a bronze pipeline, whatever. Middle linebacker, 87 speed, 75 strength, 85 agility, 90 acceleration, in a position we desperately needed. I'm very glad to see we got him. And then a center as well. Then we did miss out on this D tackle, but Swan is also an impact. Okay. I feel like our recruiting classes are actually working out pretty well. Is there a way just to quickly see where we are, or do I actually need to? I guess I could just go SEC. Find out. I mean, we're going to be way at the bottom here still. We're only getting 2-star guys. 121. Okay. But after a 5-7 season, it is possible. Obviously, we can't move up to 3 stars until we get to at least a 2.5-star program. I don't expect that to be this next year, but if it is, that would be pretty sweet. So that is our first 3 years of the Kennesaw State run. We are going to be on, like I said, these are going to come out every week. This one on Thursday, then starting next weekend It'll be every Saturday up until the release of College Football 26. See if we can ever get Kennesaw State to the spot where we're competing for the SEC, competing for national champions. I think we can get there. It's going to be tough, though. Not a bad start. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you next time. Until then, take it easy.